Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University, Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
This is Elliot Higgins here with Coach Andrew Palmer of the women's volleyball team. Last week, the Cougars went up to Wauwatosa to take on WLC and dropped a very close match in 5 sets. Lily Hunt led the team with 12 kills, Eva Fitzgerald led the team with 16 assists, and Rosemary Brenner led the team with 22 digs. Coach Palmer, what did you see from the team last week that you liked and want to build off of for the upcoming matches?
Yeah, you know, there were things as the game wore on that we were able to identify and have to adjust to, and also ways to do some attacking, and we were really able to adapt well. You know, down 2-0 to force 5 sets, we were able to take advantage of things, and then in the 5th set, they played a little bit crisper of a game, and we were not able to find some scoring opportunities in certain moments. And so I'm proud of the fight and the battle and able to make adjustments, but I'd like to be able to finish those off.
Mm-hmm. And then what did you see from the team that you guys are working on a little bit in practice, trying to implement for these next upcoming matches?
Yeah, scoring opportunities. You know, finding ways. You know, there are moments where we need to keep the ball in play and continue to play on, and there are moments that we need to take a little bit of a risk and try to go for some points there. And so we're working on some of those moments and just being a little bit more consistent along with it.
The Cougars stay in River Forest for their next 2 matches this upcoming week. They take on CUW on Thursday and Marion for Senior Day on Saturday. Aside from 2 wins, what are you looking to see from the team this week?
Yeah, looking for the scoring to improve. Serve receive has been a little bit more consistent, which is great to see. Now we need to take advantage of being in better position to score rather than just kind of living in some out of system high ball situations. So certainly looking for that and going out and competing every day.
Yeah. And as I said, Saturday, Senior Day, you have 6 seniors, yeah. Kate Foley, Lily Hunt, Eva Fitzgerald, Janelle White, Michaela Lavoie, and Kirsten Bachhorst. How much do those seniors mean to the program, both on and off the court, and what have they really done for you in your time here?
Yeah, you know, since I came in, they were all freshmen, and so, you know, to help build this program, help change the direction of this program, both on and off the court, can't be understated. I mean, you know, programs go through peaks and valleys, and you know, their ability to adapt and to help change this program for the better has been instrumental. And so I'm super thankful. I'm glad we get to honor them, and hopefully we get to honor them with a big win as well.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all for us here on the Cougar Sports Network. Tune in to cucougars.com to catch all things women volleyball, and roll Cougars.
Hello, Cougar Nation, and welcome to River Forest and Geisman Gymnasium here on the Cougar Sports Network. We're live, bringing you some action. It's volleyball. Concordia, Chicago, hosting the visiting Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons in a intra-system rivalry matchup. The Cougars coming into today on a 2-game losing streak off of a heartbreaker 3-2 loss at Wisconsin Lutheran College. CU coming into this game in a very comfortable spot, looking to secure their trip to the postseason. They come into the game 5-2 in the NAC, sitting at 5th place in the conference as the two teams head out onto the court and get ready to go. Starting out on the court for the Cougars, it's number 6, Bethany Rathel, the libero. Elsewhere on the court, number 5, Kate Foley, number 10, Lily Hunt, number 1, India Day, number 24, Harmony Cooper, and number 11, the setter, Eva Fitzgerald. Out on the court for the Falcons, it's number 1, Brianna Lunt, the libero, number 8, McKenna Eitzman, number 22, Abby Profrock, number 27, Olivia Eibling, and number 13, Ashley Hobermel. And it will be Eitzman to serve it up to get things going. Fitzgerald sets for Day, kept up by Lunt, and sent over by Profrock. Hunt receives, Fitzgerald sets for Day again, and it's out wide. So it'll be a point for the Falcons. Day, just a bit too much power on it. 1-0 lead for CU Dub to start the day, as Eitzman sends it into the net. We're even right back at 1-1 after the service error. So as we get looking at the game, Sam, actually, I'm Jonathan Cheer of the Cougar Sports Network. Joining me today on the Cougar Sports Network is Sam Smith. And Sam, as we go into today, the Cougars coming into the day 1-6 in the NAC. A loss today would virtually eliminate Concordia Chicago from postseason contention. So when you're going into a do-or-die game, how do you have to approach that mentally?
Yeah, this is do or die for the Cougs today. Elimination game, it should be treated as such. Looking for a little more extra effort from the Cougs today, just to keep their season alive.
And the Cougars early lead 2-1 off of the attacking error, as Eva Fitzgerald will head back to continue her serve for the Cougars. Eitzman sets that up for Smith. Kept up by the Cougars. Foley from mid-range just shoots it to the back line. Eitzman sets up this time Profrock, and that's out of bounds just off the end line for another Cougars point. This EUC 3 in a row to give them a 2-point lead. Fitzgerald continuing the serve, and it's an ace! A reception error for Abby Profrock. And the Cougars a 3-point lead early. First ace of the day for either team, as Fitzgerald gets it over again. Awkward reception. And Hobermel just has to get it over. Blocked right back to the Falcons. Sent over by Profrock. Fitzgerald sets Cooper. 5-1 Cougars. CUC coming out of the gates hot with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, good kill there from Cooper. Let's see if Fitzgerald can keep it going with the serve.
4-5 run. Another ace for Eva Fitzgerald. Missed reception for Ashley Hobermel. Carly Whaling in her 3rd season with Concordia, Wisconsin, on the sideline, just waiting for her team to dig their way out of this hole, as Hobermel will get it done. What looked like a busted play for the Falcons turns into a point. They break the streak, ends at a 6-point run for the Cougars. And as they trail by 4, Hobermel herself will head back to serve. Awkwardly received by Foley. Rathel can't keep it up, and Hobermel responds with an ace of her own.
Yeah, good deep serve there from CU Dub.
Hobermel sends it over again. Another ace.
Wow.
Another awkward reception for Kate Foley. 3 in a row for Concordia, Wisconsin, and they're back within 2. Foley receives again. This one's close to the net. Fitzgerald to Cooper, just tips it over. Lunt passes up for Profrock. Foley keeps it right back over. Cooper keeps it up. Day, a floater. Cooper, a slam. Point Cougars. Back and forth at the net, and Concordia Chicago comes out on top.
Yeah, good play there from the Cougs. Way to stop the bleeding from the good serves. Let's get it going again with the serves. 7-4 Cougs.
India Day back to the service line for CUC. Lunt receives. Aitzman sets that up, and it's a kill. Olivia Eibling, coast to coast to the back corner, and CU Dub takes it right back.
Perfect spot there. Not much you could do there. It's a good play.
It's Brianna Lunt to serve, received by Raythel. Fitzgerald sets for Hunt, blocked at the line, kept up, but miscommunication between Fitzgerald and Raythel, and they knock it out of bounds together. And Concordia, Wisconsin is back within one. Lunt to continue to serve. Foley receives. Fitzgerald sets up Hunt. Blocked at the line, but they're going to call it a net violation on CU Dub. So the Cougars profit off the error. They get the point, and they take possession back. A 2-point lead for CUC as Harmony Cooper drops back to serve. Cooper takes a dribble, sends it over. Received by Prayfring. Aitzman sets that up for Stickney, who just overpowers the Concordia back line to trade points again and take the serve back for CU Dub.
Yeah, just a beautifully executed play there. Stickney with the kill. It's a good spike. Not what you can do with CUC. Nice play.
Emily Dickman back into the game and stepping back for the serve. She'll toss it up, send it over. Foley can't receive cleanly. Another ace. Concordia, Wisconsin, menacing at the service line so far. Tied back up at 8. Dickman sends it over. Day receives. Fitzgerald passes up for Foley. And Foley splits the block. Point Cougars. Couple subs for the Cougars. Beatrice Gonsalves into the game. Isabel Valley into the game as well to serve. Valley sends it over. Awkward reception for Hobermel. Kept alive by Prayfrock. Hobermel gets it over. Raythel to Fitzgerald. Sets Gonsalves. Tushed over by Prayfrock. Fitzgerald, this time setting Foley. Blocked down, kept up by Raythel. Fitzgerald now setting Gonsalves. Soft hit. Set up by Dickman for Prayfrock. Over into no man's land. Concordia, Wisconsin takes it back.
Yeah, it was just a solid point all around there. CU Dub, good defense to offense there. Not much you can do for the Cougs there. Got to put it away earlier.
Abby Prayfrock back for the serve. Received by Foley. Fitzgerald sets Cavado. Lunt to Dickman. Nice shot from Kayla Mulder to bend it around the block and get it down.
Mulder didn't look like she was in the best position there for a hit, but really solid spike. Solid stuff there.
It's kind of reaching across the body to be able to get that over. Service error for Prayfrock will send it back over to the Cougars and tie it back up at 10. Foley now back to serve. She'll toss it up, send it over. Lunt receives. Dickman sets up. Mulder. Cougars keep it up. Gonsalves slaps it over. Lunt to Dickman. Now to Prayfrock. Blocked back over. This one set over to Mulder. Mulder! Through the block, and it drops down inbounds. Point Falcons, and they're back in front by 1.
Yeah, really nice touch there from Mulder. Switching it up, going away from the spike there. Really solid play. Caught Cougars off guard.
Hot shot from Stickney on the serve. Gonsalves slaps it over. And the front row of Noelle Smith And Ashley Hobermel mistimed the block, and they got too high, and they knock it down onto their own side, so we're tied back up at 11.
Yeah, really interesting shot there. It looked like 15 should put some topspin on that one. Nice shot.
Rathel sends it over. Hobermel receives. Dickman chases it down. Hobermel, mid-range. Touchdown on the line.
Tough spot there. Tough spot there.
Yeah, Concordia, Wisconsin.
Unlucky.
Back to serve is Eitzman. McKenna Eitzman will send it over. Received by Foley. Cooper keeps it in. Gonsalves just has to slap it across. Set up for Smith, who splits the gap, finds space.
Yeah, nice setup, deep serve there. Smith with the easy kill, perfect setup.
2-point lead for the Falcons, their largest lead of the day. Day receives it straight back over and then slaps it down on the reception. And a 3-point lead for the Falcons is the largest of the day. Another serve for Eitzman. That one is well over. Another service error. We'll send it back over to the Cougars, Concordia, Chicago.
Yeah, that was much needed for the Cougs there, Jonathan. CUW was getting whatever they wanted. CUC constantly on defense. Lucky break for CUC. Let's see if Fitzgerald can get something going with their serve again.
Fitzgerald gets it over. Awkward reception. Eitzman sets up Smith. Fitzgerald keeps it up. Brenner to Day, just slaps it across. Eitzman setting Hobermel, blocked down on her head. Cougars back within one.
That's textbook stuff there for Millie Hunt. Amazing block.
Fitzgerald sends it into the net. And it'll head back over to the Falcons.
Right when it seemed like the Cougars were getting their momentum back. You don't like to see that if you're the Cougars, but 15-13 CUW.
Hobermel across. Brenner receives. Fitzgerald taps up for Cooper. And Cooper went up too early. And it's a 3-point lead for the Falcons. Hobermel across. Day to Fitzgerald. Sets for Day. Hot shot to the back row.
Just perfect spot for Day. Perfect spot.
India
Looks like it hit
Day.
the line, nice and deep.
It'll be India Day back to serve now. Day over. Received by Hobermel. Eitzman sets for Prayfrock, and it off the net and down. Abby Prayfrock gets a nice shot in to give CUW that 3-point lead back. Day receives. Rathel passes up for Foley. Foley over and well over. Point to the Falcons. CUW in front by 4, and timeout called by Coach Andrew Palmer. Going to try and get his team back in it with a break. We'll be back in a minute on the Cougar Sports Network. And we're back on the Cougar Sports Network. Coach Palmer hoping his team can pick things up out of the timeout. as Brianna Lunt is back to serve. Lunt over, received by Day. Fitzgerald setting across for Foley. Lunt passing for Prayfrock. Fitzgerald sets up Hunt. Over the block, kept up by Hunt. Fitzgerald, now Foley. Lunt receives, Hobermel to Prayfrock. Blocked back over. Lunt passing up for Eibling, kept up by Fitzgerald. Wraithel to Hunt. Coast to coast and down on the corner. I don't think you can get any closer to being out than that. Lily Hunt perfectly placed.
Yeah, that point just really had everything, Jonathan, didn't it? Offense, defense, defense to offense. Cougs had a lot of offensive opportunities, and they finally capitalized with an amazing shots.
Harmony Cooper sends it over. Hobermel receives errantly. An ace for Cooper, and the Cougars are back within 2. And this is a trend we've seen a lot over this season. The Cougars come out hot from timeouts.
Let's see if this momentum can ride.
Cooper, service error kills the momentum. Cougars claw back a little bit, and the Falcons will take possession back. Emily Dickman in for the serve. Kayla Mulder subs back into the game as well. Dickman across, Foley receives. Fitzgerald sets Cavado. Cavado able to find the gap. Falcons can keep it up. Hunt to Fitzgerald for Foley off the net. Lunt over to Prayfrock. Over the block. Wraithel to Day. Foley just sends it over. Dickman sets up Stickney, and Stickney powers it through the defense, and Concordia, Wisconsin back in front by 4.
Yeah, that is some serious power from Stickney right there.
Dickman over, Wraithel receives. Fitzgerald sets up Foley. Kate Foley across. Dickman just shoves it over herself. Day to Fitzgerald, sets Cavado, blocked down by Stickney.
That's what you want there if you're the Cougs right there, just straight up better defense for UW, and that's kind of been what it's been like today for the Cougs in this first set.
And Coach Palmer calling another time out. His team 4 points away from falling in set number 1. A set that they started out hot in a 4-point lead, 6-2. That's now fallen away to a 5-point deficit. Concordia, Wisconsin leading 21-16. A lot of that is that consistency in the hitting department. CUC, they've struggled to get shots down, just a 65 hit percentage right now. Concordia, Wisconsin around their average at 267. Passing the ball well, 10 assists to the Cougars, 6 so far. Neither team has really been that much cleaner than the other. Cougars 5 errors to Concordia, Wisconsin's 3. It's really just that efficiency in the hitting department that's giving Concordia, Wisconsin the momentum and the advantage heading into the last few points of set number 1. Cougars, out of their last time out, went 2 in a row, and Dave Diamond coined it a few games ago, the Palmer principle. Ended up not being a principle, but it holds in most cases. So far this season, this team does come out of timeouts. They'll hope to do so again as they trail by 5. Dickman back to continue the serve. Sends it over, Wraithel receives, Fitzgerald tracks it down, puts it up for Hunt. Hunt through the block! And another point out of the timeout. Lily Hunt brings it back within 4 as Hunt and Fitzgerald come out of the game. Valley and Gonsalves back into the game. Valley to serve. Up and over. Received by Prayfrock. Set up for Stickney. A nice running shot. And Concordia, Wisconsin takes it back.
Stickney is having a game right now. Just spike after spike, kill after kill. CUC can't contain her right now.
Prayfrock sends it over, and Day! An errant reception. And Concordia, Wisconsin within 2 now. They lead by 6. Day receives, Valley sets for Gonsalves, and Gonsalves too far across.
You know, it really seems like CUC's been on defense for a large portion of this game, but when they're getting the sets that they want, they're just not executing. And that's why it's 24-17 CU dub. Set point.
Over again, Day receives. Valley setting for Foley. Hobermel blocked at the line. Dickman setting for Hobermel again. That'll get down! Concordia, Wisconsin finishes off set 1 on a hot streak. They take it 25-17 over the Cougars to take the 1-0 set lead. We'll be back in set number 2. Cougars can claw back in on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. We're still here in Geisman Gymnasium. We're here in Geisman Gymnasium getting ready for set number 2 between the Cougars and the Falcons. Concordia, Wisconsin taking set number 1 by a score of 25-17, finishing on a very hot 9-1 run. And Eva Fitzgerald starts things off at the service line for the Cougars. Rathel to Fitzgerald, sets Hunt. Blocked down, kept up by Foley. Hunt keeps it in. Foley sends it over. Cougars defense keeps it alive. Eitzman sets up Smith. And Fitzgerald can't save that one. And the Falcons stay hot and draw first blood in set number 2.
Good hustle from the Cougs there. Just better execution from CU Dub. That's really been the story of today's game.
Hobermel over, Rathel receives, Fitzgerald sets Cooper, Cooper blocked at the line, kept up, Day sends it over, tries to get it to no man's land. Eitzman sets up Eibling, and Eibling, too much on it, can't keep it down. And the Cougars tie it back up at 1. India Day now back for the serve. And immediate service error sends it into the net to give CU Dub the lead back. And as always with those Concordia matches, there's a bit more in it for both of these teams. Concordia, Wisconsin, adding an extra level to it in recent years as the Cougars a well-placed shot.
Beautiful spot.
To tie it back
Beautiful
up
spot
at 2.
From Foley. Beautiful spot.
Kate Foley, her second of the day. But yeah, CU Dub adding to it a bit more in recent years. Very aggressive in trying to improve their athletics department, get them on a bigger stage. Recently announced last month that they'll be leaving the NAC and headed to the CCIW after the 2026-2027 season. So their second to last time facing the Cougars in women's volleyball. Their last time playing the Cougars in Chicago for volleyball. On top of that athletics picture, Concordia, Wisconsin withdrawing and temporarily ending the Concordia Invitational Tournament for basketball. There's some bad blood between these schools when it comes to athletics, and adds a bit more drama to these games as there's an error from Foley, errant pass, and Concordia, Wisconsin goes up by 3. Dickman sends it over. Fitzgerald sets up Hunt. Picked up by Hobermel. Hunt to Fitzgerald to Foley. And that'll get down. Kate Foley forces the tough defense. And the Cougars take it back within 1, scores 4-3. Valley back into the game and back for the serve. She's seen her playing time shoot up recently. Was the primary setter in a game that both Milena Adler and Eva Fitzgerald were injured. Seeing time as the number 2 setter today. Rathel receives, and that is down! Bethany Rathel, a stroke of luck!
What a play there. Goodness gracious.
And that was a defensive dig that just ricocheted all the way over to the
And
opposite
hit
corner.
The perfect spot as well. See if the Cougs can roll after that.
Prayfrock gonna take it right back, finds no man's land in the middle of the court. Back for the serve is Prayfrock. She'll send it over. Miscommunication on the reception. And Hobermel's going to send it right back.
Really feels like the Falcons are getting whatever they want. And when the Cougars get a point, it feels like it's taking their best. CUW's defense has been stellar today.
Prayfrock over. Day receives. Valley passing for Foley. Dickman sets Sickman. Gonsalves on the near side tries to float it into the open area. Dickman a dump off!
Oh, great
and
play.
Concordia, Wisconsin up by 3.
Yeah,
Coach Palmer fired up at his team.
Dickman switching things up there. Little touch shot. Perfect spot. Right in the middle of 6 CUC players.
Prayfrock sends it over. Day to Valley. Sets up Vado. Lunt passing back for Hobermel. Day keeps it up. Valley to Foley. Tipped by the blind. Dickman. Now she'll set. Mulder. Valley for Gonsalves. Too much on it. Another error. And it's over to Concordia, Wisconsin. That's been the difference. Clean volleyball versus messy volleyball. Cougars, their 3rd error of the set. Now 9 on the day to the CU Dubs 4. And another one, a reception error for Indian Day. And now Rosemary Brenner will sub into the game. And that's been something that India Day has struggled with throughout the year, is serve receive on the back line. As Rosemary Brenner, who has been a specialist in that area, comes back in a tough reception off the net. Another ace for CU Dub, and they lead by 6.
Tough break there from Brenner. Just getting in the game. Has to deal with the net clip.
Prayfrock over and clipped by Brenner. Perfect serve from Prayfrock. And it's a 7-point lead for the Falcons. And that's a timeout from Coach Palmer. It's been a long time coming. CUC down big. They've got some work to do to get back on track right after this break. And we're back on the Cougar Sports Network. Concordia Chicago in a big hole. They trail by 7 in set number 2. CUW with the 11-4 lead. And Abby Prayfrock on a 7-0 run will continue her serve. And this time the Cougars will let it go. Rosemary Brenner. Excited for finally letting that one get past.
Feels like the break the Cougars might need. Feels like CUW can do no wrong in this second set. See if a little momentum can go on the Cougars side right here, starting with the serve.
Foley sends it over. Dickman passing for Prayfrock. Into no man's land. Wraithel can't keep it up. And it's back to a 7-point lead for CUW. Wraithel receives high. Valley keeps it in. Foley just has to pass it over. Dickman sets force. Mulder, and Mulder powers that down to the corner.
Beautiful shot there. Beautiful shot there. Feels like the Cougars haven't been able to get spots like the Falcons have today.
Another sub for the Cougars. Stickney over. Fitzgerald keeps it over. And there's the whistle on the encroachment against the Falcons. And Wisconsin not happy with the call. Points over to the Cougars. Still a 7-point lead for the Falcons as Bethany Wraithel heads back for the serve. And it's just over the line. Back to an 8-point lead for Concordia, Wisconsin. Back to serve is Eitzman. Eitzman sends it over. Received by Day. Fitzgerald tracks it down. Foley from the back row. Now Lunt passing up for Idley. Day blocked to the line. Keeps it up, but it's into the bleachers.
Yeah, it looks like Wraithel hesitated there. Looked like she was about to go on the ground, try to get the ball. Was tipped. Didn't know about it. Went straight into the crowd.
With a 9-point lead behind her, Eitzman sends it over. Fitzgerald passes up for Day. Day trying to get to the back row. Eitzman sets up Hobermel. Kept up by Wraithel. Fitzgerald tracks it down. Foley from the back row. Now Eitzman setting up Smith, and Foley can't keep it in.
CUW just getting whatever they want right now. CUC cannot get can't really get a good set right now. No offensive shots. CUW just in full control.
And Kate Foley out of the game. Rachel Livesey into the game for the first time today. Eitzman sends over. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald sets for Day. Too much on it. Another error.
And that's what you want there. That's what you want if you're the Cougs, but just too many errors today. That's what the difference in the game. That's why it's 17-6 Falcons right now.
Yeah, it's all about finishing. You look at those hit percentages. 56.056 hit percentage for the Cougars. Another receiving error for India Day. The Cougars killing themselves, and there's the substitution. Rosemary Brenner coming in for India Day, and you've got to say, Sam, at some point, if you're making that sub after India Day makes the mistake, when are you going to make it before?
Yeah. What Cougars are doing right now obviously isn't working. Maybe some adjustments need to be made. Another beautifully executed play by the Falcons. It is 19-6 now.
Yeah, nice shot from Olivia Eibling. Concordia, Wisconsin just running away with set number 2.
The Cougars find some rhythm going into the end of the set, going into the third set, playing for your lives, playing for your season's life.
Cooper sends it over. Dump off from Aitzman. Pancaked by Hunt. Fitzgerald gets it over. Cougs stay alive. Hobermel on the far side. Rathel to Fitzgerald. Sets Hunt from the back row. And she gets the kill. The Cougars fight back to stay alive in set 2.
Cougars need more of those type of points. Amazing, amazing play from Hunt there. Perfect spot. Putting pressure on the Falcons. They haven't been able to do that.
Fitzgerald with the serve. Aitzman setting Hobermel. That's out the back line. 2 in a row for the Cougars. And at this point, you're taking what you can get, and 2 in a row is a start for Concordia Chicago, as Fitzgerald will continue her serve. Grayfrock to Aitzman, sets up Eibling. Livesey passing for Brenner, has to tip it. Now Fitzgerald, she'll send Hunt from mid-range. Aitzman all the way over to Hobermel, and that'll get down. A hard shot to the middle of the court. And it's back to a 12-point lead for Concordia, Wisconsin.
Right when you think the Cougs can get something going, 2 points in a row right there, and then CU Dub they're just executing better than the Cougs today. Simple as that.
Hobermel sends it over. Brenner receives. Rathel passing for Hunt. Hunt trying to go coast to coast. Aitzman. She'll set that for Hobermel from the back row, and it's out of bounds. Cougars catch a break, and they'll take back possession. It's 9-20. Rosemary Brenner back to serve for the first time today.
See if Brenner can get something going here.
Brenner sends it over. Hobermel receives. Aitzman setting up Smith. Rathel can't keep it straight up off the reception. And it's back to a 12-point gap. Brianna Lunt back for the serve. Lunt, a floater received by Livesey. Fitzgerald sets Cooper. Lunt passing for Prayfrock. A floater into no man's land.
How many has that been this set, Jonathan? That seems like at least 4 where it goes right in the middle and 6 Cougars try to get on it, and they can't. Just Falcons can do no wrong, it seems like.
Rathel.
Wow, beautiful spot there.
Another receiving error. Cougars struggling in serve receive today. Concordia, Wisconsin, 2 away from taking set number 2. Fitzgerald sets for Livesey. Blocked down at the line, kept up. Brenner has to just send it over. Aitzman sets Stickney. Another hard shot to the corner. And it's up to a 15-point lead, set point for the Falcons. Lunt sends it over. Brenner to Fitzgerald, sets Hunt. And that'll get down in the corner. Hunt gets the Cougars into double digits and keeps them alive.
Great spot there from Hunt there. The set looks all but over, but see if you can get some momentum going into the third. You're playing with your lives, like I said earlier. So, a little momentum going into the third here. Let's see what Cooper can do with the serve.
Able to get it over. Hobermel receives. And Prayfrock can't get it back over. And the Falcons have to accept too many hits. Point Concordia, Chicago. So Cooper will continue the serve. And if you're tracking how many points she needs for that miracle comeback in set 2, it's at 13 just to tie and force extra volleyball. Cooper will send it over. Lunt to Eitzman. Sets Stickney. Brenner able to receive. Fitzgerald sets for Livesey. Tipped at the line. Eitzman setting over to Prayfrock. Looking for the back row. Brenner to Fitzgerald. Hunt. Kept up. Back row for Hobermel. Brenner receives. Fitzgerald setting for Hunt again. Mid-range. Tipped all the way out of bounds by Concordia, Wisconsin. Cougars pick up 3 in a row.
Great play there. Set up by Brenner. Nice bump. Setting the Cougs up for, is that a 4th straight point or a 3rd straight point there, Jonathan?
3rd straight point in the Cougars.
Seems like the Cougars haven't gotten more than 2 in a row in a while, so this could be a turning point.
Cooper able to keep it going over. Eitzman passing up for Prayfrock. Brenner to Fitzgerald, setting Livesey. And tipped at the line. Livesey with the kill, and the Cougars 4 in a row. And you got to say, Cougars, a lot of work to do if they want to claw back into it, but they are not ending this set without some dignity, as Harmony Cooper will continue her serve.
Cooper's got that out of hand. Let's see if she can keep it going right here.
Able to get it over, but it's out, and that's how set number 2 will end. Another service error as the Cougars, a messy set number 2. Ends up with a 25-13 Concordia, Wisconsin lead. And it brings it to match set in set number 3. Concordia, Chicago going to be fighting for their lives when we come back on the Cougars Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network here for set number 3 between the Cougars and the Falcons. Concordia, Chicago in a hole, trailing 2-0 as we get ready to go for set number 3. Cougs need to win to stay alive. They finished off set number 2 strong after making a few substitutions. And obviously being down that big, it wasn't ever really going to be enough because, I mean, 15 straight points in a set, that's pretty dang hard. But it was a strong finish. And
yeah. Last 5 to 6 points. Some strong points there off Cooper's serve. Let's see if the Cougs can get a set, survive.
Day. Another errant reception. And it's a 1-0 lead for Concordia, Wisconsin. India Day. She's been great on the attack for Concordia Chicago all year, but has struggled on that serve receive. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald sets for Day. Hard shot kept up. Eibling splits the block at the line, and Concordia, Wisconsin up too early.
Got to get on the board here if you're CUC. See one go in.
Eitzman sends it over. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald to Hunt from the back row. Can't get it down, and it's a 3-point lead.
That's not the spot you want to attack from right there if you're Hunt.
No.
Hunt had some amazing spikes in the second set, but
back row is tough no matter where you're going from.
yeah.
Eitzman over. Miscommunication between Day and Livesey on the back row. It looked like Day went in for it and then backed out, and there's another one of those substitutions for India Day on the back row. Now it's Jordan Brown coming in for Day. Eitzman gets it over. Brown receives cleanly. Fitzgerald to Cooper. Can't get it down. Eitzman sets up Smith. Sets up for Brown. Brown blocks the line. Lunt passing for Hobermel. Blocked back over. Lunt. Eitzman over to Eibling. Kept up by Cooper. Fitzgerald can't keep it up cleanly. 5 points to start for CU Dub.
Not the start you wanted if you're the Cougs here. Like I said earlier, got to see one go in. It's like a basketball player at halftime. You just got to, they're cold, just got to put up a layup. Just see one go into the hoop, and there you go.
You just got to hit a layup. And that's exactly what Eva Fitzgerald does, a dump off to get the Cougs their first point. Whatever works to get you on the board.
Let's see if Fitzgerald can get something going here. Maybe 5-0 run out. Ooh.
Won't be able to. Too much on it out the back row. And Sam, you hit him with a bit of an announcer's jinx there.
I apologize to all the Cougar fans out there watching.
Livesey receives. Fitzgerald to Brown. Finds the middle of the court.
Brown fresh into the game. Nice spot. Maybe should be a little spark plug for the Cougs.
Jordan Brown looking good off the start. And she'll come back to serve now. 4-point deficit for Concordia Chicago. Brown up and over. Miscommunication on the back row between Hobermel and Lunt. A rare error from CU Dub, and the Cougars pick up 2 in a row. Brown up, over. And Hobermel can't receive cleanly. 3 in a row for Concordia Chicago, and they're back within 2.
Jordan Brown might have something to say, keeping this season alive.
Brown up, over Hobermel to Eitzman. Prayfrock tipped at the line. Set for Hunt behind her, but she deflects it off the block and out of bounds. 4 in a row for the Cougars, and they're back within 1. And Sam.
It may have been a reverse jinx right there. We may have jinxed and then jinxed again.
It's working
That's
out.
4 in a row right there. All from Jordan Brown being involved. See if she can keep it rolling.
And she's able to get it over. Eitzman sets for Eibling. Rathel receives. Brown passing for Livesey. From range, gets it over. Smith kept up by Rathel. Brown passing for Livesey again. Walked right back over by Smith. Fitzgerald now to Hunt. Tipped at the line to Eibling to Eitzman. Setting Prayfrock. Fitzgerald to Rathel. Livesey now. Tipped up, kept up. Smith and Hunt just has to slap it over. Fitzgerald to Wrathel, sets up Hunt. Hunt gets it down! The Cougars tie it up at 6!
That's just a great point. Long grind of a point. I'm sure Coach Andrew Palmer loves to see that. There you go, 5 in a row from the Cougs right there. Jordan Brown, see if she can keep it going once again.
Jordan Brown gets it over Hobermel to Eitzman. Sets Smith. Wrathel now to Livesey from mid-range. Point down! Rachel Livesey, her second of the day. And the Cougs storm back in front.
That's really impressive from Livesey. Where she was in the court, right there. CU can't get the block. It's been all Cougs, seems like, after that 5-0 start.
Brown gets it over again. Hobermel to Eitzman. Sets up Hobermel from mid-range. Brown receives. Fitzgerald, long set to Livesey from mid-range. Eitzman setting up Smith, a tapper. And you can talk about whatever works. Those floaters to the middle of the court have been working all day for Concordia, Wisconsin. And it ties it back up.
Hey, that's the type of energy you want for the Cougs, though.
Concordia, Wisconsin hoping to get back in front with a serve from Lunt. Brown receives. Fitzgerald setting over to Livesey. Blocked out of bounds again! Cougars back in front.
This is a big point here, Jonathan. You just got the 6 in a row off the serve. Give up the serve. Get a point right back. You got the lead 8-7 with your serve. It's a big point to keep the momentum here. Maybe go on another run.
Harmony Cooper sends it over. Lunt to Eitzman to Eibling. Out the back row. Cougars in front by 2.
Maybe a little bit of a question call there, but the Cougs will take it. 9-7 Cougs. Let's see if Cooper can keep it rolling.
Harmony Cooper with the serve. Lunt receives. Eitzman sets Stickney. Brown, Livesey from range, can't get it over the net. Too much on top of it.
Yeah, Livesey had a couple of those nice shots from that spot in the court earlier, but
honestly, going back to the start of that play, the Cougars weren't instantly taken out by a shot from Paige Stickney, and that's been someone who's been killing the Cougars all day.
Yeah, Stickney's been having a great game. Cougar crowd really getting into it now.
Geisman Gymnasium comes to life, and Dickman can't get it over.
You can imagine that the Cougar fans here know what's at stake here. Their team is down 2-0. They need something here.
Hunt sends it across and out of bounds.
Not what you want there for the Cougs, but it feels like all CUC right now still.
Service error repaid with a service error as Abby Prayfrock heads back for the serve. Geisman getting loud again. Prayfrock able to get it over. Brown receives. Fitzgerald sets Cavato, just taps it across. Lunt to Mulder. Now Fitzgerald, a dump off. And Concordia, Wisconsin can't get it over.
Great play for Fitzgerald. She had me fooled. Did she have you fooled, Jonathan?
At the last second, I mean, you had Ava Cavato coming up, jumping up for the hit by the time that Fitzgerald even touched that.
Yeah.
Livesey now with the serve. Set up for Stickney, blocked at the line, but it's out of bounds. So Concordia, Wisconsin takes it back.
Yeah, Stickney has been almost unstoppable today.
And Stickney back to serve now. Livesey to Hunt. Fitzgerald passes it back over. Dump off, no one's there, and we're tied back up at 11.
Anything you could do, I could do better there, Jonathan, eh? Nice play there. Tied back up, 11-11.
Stickney still with the serve. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald setting for Cavato on the run! Cougars back in front by 1, and student section filled up real quick there, and you know, Geisman Gymnasium, when it gets going, it gets loud.
Yes.
It's getting going for the first time tonight as Dickman sets up Mulder, and it's deflected out of bounds off Livesey. to tie things back up at 12. Now it's McKenna Eitzman back to serve. Livesey receives, but it's right over the net.
Really nice serve there. Really nice serve there. Not what you could do.
Yeah, Concordia, Wisconsin back in front by 1, 13-12. Eitzman across. Livesey. Rough run of it.
You know, both teams, like, you're going to give up good points, but it's about the unforced errors that are occurring right now. Like,
back-to-back unforced errors. Wisconsin back in front by 2. Livesey received it straight back over again. Hobermel can't get it down. Fitzgerald sets Brown. Hard shot!
Whew. What a shot from Jordan Brown. Single-handedly keeping the season alive right now.
I mean, Sam, we're in set number 3. Where's Jordan Brown been all night? Fitzgerald sends it over. Eitzman to Hobermel. Kept up by Brown. Fitzgerald sets Hunt. Eitzman to Eibling. And can't keep it up. Hobermel responds with a kill of her own, and it's 15-13 Falcons.
Feels like the Cougars have been having the momentum the entire set, but CUW is up 2.
Rathel to Hunt from mid-range. Able to get it over. Eitzman sets Smith on a tapper. Rathel to Hunt again, this time closer to the line. Just can't get that one down. And that's a 3-point lead for the Falcons.
It's a big point right here. You can't go down 4 if you're the Cougs.
Hobermel on the serve. Brown to Fitzgerald, sets Cooper. Eitzman sets Eibling. Livesey to Fitzgerald, setting Hunt. And it'll say it's in. Point Cougars. Lily Hunt, her 9th of the night.
Beautiful shot from Hunt.
Cougars back within 2.
17-13 and 14-16 seem a lot different, doesn't it, Jonathan?
Lunt receives. Prayfrock to Smith. He just has to send it over. Fitzgerald setting for Hunt. Blocked at the line.
Really nice block there. Hunt is at the hot hand. The set just neutralizing. It seems like CUW is doing a really good job of neutralizing the Cougs today. Neutralizing their power, neutralizing the offense. Going defense to offense.
Lunt now back to serve. Rathel receives. Brown passing up for Livesey. Kept up by Hobermel. Now Prayfrock to Rathel. Fitzgerald passing up for Livesey. Hunt keeps it up. Fitzgerald, Livesey again. That one will get down! Splits the block. And the Cougs are back within 2.
Beautiful shot from Livesey right there.
Rachel Livesey, she's played well on the front line tonight, and she's one of the shorter players you'll see play front row at 5'5". Coach Palmer.
That takes some athleticism if you're 5'5" up there in the front.
Eitzman to Prayfrock. Cooper receives. Fitzgerald sets Livesey. Blocked back over. Brown to Fitzgerald. Dump off! Lunt receives. Now Sickney. Brown receives. Hunt slaps it over. And they'll call a double touch on Lily Hunt.
Not the best play there from Hunt. It really seemed like really nice play from Brown.
Yeah, the Cougars student section not happy with the call. Right call nonetheless. Dickman back to serve. Rathel receives. Fitzgerald sets Livesey. Locks down at the line. And it's a 4-point lead for the Falcons. And there's the timeout from Andrew Palmer. Cougars trail by 4 points. Need to figure something out to stay in the game. We'll be back on the Cougar Sports Network in just a minute. back to the Cougar Sports Network. Concordia Chicago trailing 19-15 in set number 3 as they trail 2-0. Need to win this set to stay alive. Sent over. Fitzgerald sets Cavado out of the timeout. Point Cougars.
Cavado with some oomph on that. 3-point game.
Ava Cavado, her 3rd of the night.
Cougs need 10 points here. 9 points.
Dickman.
Save their season.
Setting for Prayfrock, kept up by Wrathel. Fitzgerald sets Livesey. Lunt to Prayfrock. Over the block, Hunt keeps it front. Fitzgerald to Cavado, floater. Dickman shoves it over.
A really smart play there.
Yeah.
A lot of open room there. Tough play for Brown.
Yeah, great court awareness to see the gap in the back corner. Still a 4-point gap, 20-16. Concordia, Wisconsin 5 points away from taking the set. Prayfrock sends it over, and Brown. First receiving error of the night, and it's a 5-point lead for the Falcons. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald to Cavado on the run. Now Lunt passing up for Mulder. Too much on it, and it's out of bounds. So the Cougars catch a break. They trail by 4.
Haven't caught a lot of them today, Jonathan. Haven't caught a lot, but.
Livesey back to serve. Gets it over. Lunt receives. Dickman setting Mulder. Can't get it past the net. Point Cougars. A deficit at 3 as Livesey will continue to serve.
That's 2 straight unforced errors there from CUW. Let's see if CUC can get something rolling.
Livesey sends it up and out. Three points to go for Concordia, Wisconsin. Stickney across. Livesey receives. Fitzgerald setting Brown into the net. Unforced error makes it a 23-18 game, 5-point lead for Concordia Chicago. Just 2 points to go for the Falcons. Stickney received by Livesey. Fitzgerald dump off. Hobermel returns the favor, and it's set point.
Just another good spot there. CUW just playing so smart today. Match point.
Stickney back to serve. Wrathel. Errant reception. Concordia, Wisconsin able to keep it going. Livesey to Fitzgerald, setting Brown. Hard shot! Cougars stay alive.
What a shot from Brown.
And a tough landing for Prayfrock. Able to get back on her feet. 5-point deficit. Cougars need all 5 to force extra volleyball as Wrathel steps back to serve. She's able to get it over. Hobermel to Dickman, back to Hobermel, and that's how it'll end. Ashley Hobermel with the kill. Her 9th of the night, and Concordia, Wisconsin sweeps the Cougars in River Forest. That's how this rivalry's time on the west side of Chicago will end. 3-0, Concordia, Wisconsin. The Cougars tried to put up a fight, but it wasn't enough. As CUW took set number 1, 25-17, set number 2, 25-13, set number 3, 25-19. Cougars can't crack 20 today. Means a tie for the kills lead on the night between Ashley Hobermel of the Falcons and Lily Hunt of the Cougars, both with 9. 4 different players for CUW with 5 kills. Stickney, Smith, Prayfrock, and Eibling. Livesey bringing up second place on the Cougars with 4 kills in about 1.5 sets played. As these two teams will finish up the night. Cougars pretty much putting the nail in the coffin of their season as they'll now ride it out without much hope of making the playoffs. The Falcons solidify their hold on a playoff spot. They move up to 6-2 in conference as the Cougars fall to 1-7 in the NAC. Concordia, Wisconsin, they'll move on from here to go back home to take on the Lakeland Muskies this Saturday at noon. Concordia, Chicago, they stay at home. They'll be back in action on Saturday, and we've got some CUC sports doubleheader this Saturday. Concordia, Chicago volleyball back in action this Saturday, taking on Marian University at 1 o'clock for Senior Day, at the same time that Cougar football will be taking the field to take on the Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons, as we'll see another episode of that Concordia rivalry out at Concordia Stadium. Make sure to follow both of those games on the Cougar Sports Network. You can catch up on anything you miss and everything to come at cucougars.com. Thank you for watching today's broadcast, and thank you to everyone who made today's broadcast possible. I'm Jonathan Cheer at the Cougar Sports Network. Joining me today was Sam Smith, and as always, roll Cougs.
So much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.